pictures that you always post on there.
This is so hard. This is hard.
You like it?
What? I love it. Yeah, she
Aw.
probably.
Alright, let's get into it. Let me just say this and say this now. I'm not laughing and smiling because of the situation. I'm just I laugh and smile at everything, to be honest. And I really don't be recording myself just talking because I just feel like I'm talking to myself. So that's kind of like why this is kind of funny to me, because now I got to do these videos. And I just feel like I'm talking to myself because nobody's talking back. But let's just start from day one when we first met. Okay, when we first met, I was gonna say long story short, but this is a very long story because we have many characters, and yeah, we have characters. So what happened was, me and my homegirl was on our way to this shit show in Atlanta, and somebody had got killed on the freeway. So they had basically blocked off all the lanes, and we was in an Uber. So at this point, my homegirl was bored, and we just got out the car. She's like, let's just get out the car and turn up on the freeway. So we just got out the car, and we were just on live on Instagram and stuff like that. And like 3 lanes over, some boy got out his car, and he gets on live, and he's like, oh, it's an Instagram party, da da da. So yeah, we just, okay, cool, da da. So then he's on FaceTime with somebody, but the whole time, as far as how I could see it, it was like a white woman. So I'm thinking it's like his baby moms or somebody. So he ends up coming, and he's like, I'm on FaceTime with my sister, MA. So that was around the time when people used to do them fake FaceTime calls and be acting like they on the FaceTime with the person and really don't be. So I'm like, oh, you're hella corny. Like, I already caught on to that. I already seen those TikToks and those lives. And he's like, no, I'm really on there. So she's like, take her the phone, I'm really on there. So she's like, it's really me. So I'm like, okay, I still blew it off because like I don't like girls. So I'm just like, oh, okay, that's cool. And so my homegirl, she like girls. So she's like, okay, we going with you. So he like, I got a bottle in the car. So we go to his car. You know, nowadays, all it takes is a little liquor to get a bitch. But no, don't do my friend. But basically, we went to his car. We was taking shots and stuff like that. And we was sitting on the freeway for like over an hour. So she ended up canceling the Uber ride. And by the time she canceled it, like the police was letting people get off the freeway. So he's like, so what y'all doing? She's like, we going with you. And he's like, no, what y'all doing? She like, we going with you. And he's like, I was going home. She said, well, we going with you. So then I'm just like, we going back in our Uber, we going to our show. And she canceled the Uber ride. Mind you, I didn't have Uber, I didn't have Lyft. So I'm like, oh my gosh, like she canceled the ride while we were on the freeway. So of course the man not gonna let us get back in his car. So now I'm telling a friend, I'm like, can you just drive us off of an exit and we could call an Uber to come pick us up off the exit? So we end up, he just like, let me call my sis, we gonna pull up over there. So we end up pulling up over there to her apartments, and she comes out, you know, we talking, we chilling. You know, all reality, her and my friend was really supposed to be the ones together because I feel like I be pulling them. And I feel like all my girlies, all my friends need somebody. So I'm like, yeah, you like girls, you know what to do with a girl, you get on that. Long story short, it didn't happen that way. And she had told me like, what if I told you I want you? And I'm like, well, my friend wants you. And he's like, what? She's like, what if I told you I want you? And I'm like, well, you know me, I'm still gonna put my bitches on, cause I don't deal with girls. I like to have fun with girls, but not dating a girl, cause I'm a girl too, and I can only argue with you for a certain amount of time before I wanna fight. So I just knew I wasn't supposed to be dating a girl. So I'm still trying to put us on. I'm like, yeah, both of us. And she like, no, I just want you. So I'm like, okay, cool. Somebody gotta take one for the team. I'll take it for the team. So okay, we started hanging out a lot. 4th of July comes, and the same home. Okay, so basically, no. So we went to the club that night. That's where she was telling me that. And then after the club, we went to, I want to say it was the owner's apartment, and we was hanging out. Me and her was on the balcony. You know, we was talking. You know, kissing. You know, just flirting. You know, stuff like that. And damn. I don't know if I could tell this part, because if I tell this part, I gotta tell about the allegations. Okay, so y'all, we gonna pause it right here because, like I said, I don't want to tell no story with no facts, no proof because I'm not gonna try to ruin nobody's character. That's not what I'm here for. I'm really just telling my story of my breakup and like how we met and how we just ended, so that way like people could stop saying I was using her, I wasn't genuine, and stuff like that. Because once y'all hear this whole story, it never gave I used somebody, and I was genuine the whole time, but it's a little bump right here in this story to where I can't go on into the next story because of what happened that night at the apartments. So, and like I said, we don't tell lies. Anything I'm talking about, I got proof behind. And even if I know it's true, if I don't have proof, we're not going to speak on it. So, it happened to my friend. So, I'm going to have to get the screenshots and stuff from her first. I got to see if she still has that conversation from that night and stuff like that before I talk about it. Because then if she don't have the screenshots no more, then we could just skip that part and go on. But we need that part. Okay. We back for part two. Hopefully this make it on there because this is my third time doing it. I didn't have no storage in my phone. So, I don't know how TikTok works. So, the video just, I don't know what happened to it. So let me just say this first. In order for y'all to get what happened today, I have to start from start to right now in order for y'all to understand it. Because now the more I keep talking to my friends and my family, I have to tell it now because it does. I do look nasty. I do look like I didn't have good intentions when I did that post. And they said I should have did it to where I told the story and I added the video in of how I was taking care of her instead of just posting that and saying I was taking care of her, stuff like that. But you live, you learn. Like, I know where my heart was when I did it, but I know where your minds is. So it happens. So going back to that last video from that day, I'm not gonna speak on it because it wasn't her that did it. It was her homeboy who did it to my homegirl. So when we skipped that day, I'm not gonna lie, it was something really bad happened. Something really bad happened that night when we first met them. Really, really bad. But like I said, we're not gonna speak on it. Cause like I said, I'm not here to tarnish nobody's name, nobody's image. I'm just telling my truth. So I'm not gonna throw her friends in it. I'm not gonna throw what her friends do within this story. So when we skipped that day, we skipped. Okay, no. So we're gonna go to that night. So her friend, when we woke up that following morning, my friend was gone because blah 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 blah. Her homeboy dropped the dude that we met on the freeway. Like I said, we're gonna call her girl with dreads. We're not gonna name drop. We're gonna call her the girl with the dreads. So her homeboy dropped her off first, and then he dropped me off. But on the way to dropping me off, he was trying to fuck with me, and I'm just like, I was with your sister. Like, although we didn't do anything but kiss, I was still with her, and I'm not a homie hopper. I'm not one of those people. Once I get one homie, that's it. It's like first come, first serve. I don't mess with homies. So, we end up getting the messy homeboy end up inviting me and my homegirls out for 4th of July. We went out 4th of July. We met them at the apartments. He came down and picked us up in his car and drove us to the rooftop. We get to the rooftop. My homegirl like, oh my gosh, that's her girlfriend. And I'm like, she's single. She don't have a girlfriend. She told me she don't have a girlfriend. My homegirls are like, yes, that's her girlfriend. They all over the internet. So I'm like, let me see. Because mind you, I don't know nothing about this girl. All I know is a song. Oh, I didn't know anything. So I'm like, let me see. I'm catching cold. So I'm like, let me see. And she shows me. Hey. She shows me them. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to keep it P. I ain't going to say nothing to her. Because one thing about it, y'all can say whatever y'all. At this point, I already look how I look to y'all. So I'm be honest. If you're not my homegirl, I don't owe you no loyalty. Your nigga up for grabs and your bitch up for grabs. Anything that we want is up for grabs. As long as you're not my homegirl or somebody close to me that I fuck with to owe loyalty to. So I'm like, I'm gonna keep it P. I ain't gonna say nothing to the girl. So as soon as we get out the car, Mind you, my homegirl, she's a foreigner. She has a BBL. Y'all see, like, I'm slim, I'm small. So I'm thinking, like, if a bitch want to press anybody behind her bitch, it's gonna be my homegirl. But let me tell you, I caught this bitch slipping twice. Before I go to that story, right? We was out with Bow Wow. Long story short, we was out with Bow Wow, right? These two bitches, her, and some other bitch. I don't know who her friends is. They was in the club. They was in the spot, right? And I caught her slipping one time. I let it start because I'm not a bully. I ain't gonna bully you. The first day you didn't smack me. You was supposed to smack me. I'm gonna get to that story. But the second time I see you, I'm like, I'm gonna smack her. But I'm not a bully. Didn't smack her. Let her call her friend. Call them. Call all of them. Round up the troops because we ready. Didn't smack her. Third time, I just had to. I said, okay, I told myself, if I see this girl one more time, the third time you is out. Third time is a strike. We was out with Bow Wow. And one thing about him, he'll kick you out the spot. He kicked them out the spot, and they wasn't trying to go. And I look, I said, oh, it's her. Bitch, I ran over, get off the spot. He said, y'all gotta go. She like, I know. I was just trying to come say hi. Who are you trying to say hi to? You ain't saying hi to me. Baby, I ain't that friendly. I ain't never been that friendly. I'm just not friendly at all. So I'm like, he said, y'all gotta go. Y'all gotta go. I was ready to smack him. I'm like, oh yeah, this is my time where can't nobody say I was being a bully. Like, I'm able to smack her because they want her out the spot and you keep prolonging it. But they left out the spot. So once again, I didn't get to smack her. Again, I'm not a bully. Didn't get to smack her. So going back to that night, she hops out the car. Well, no, we hop out the car and her and her homegirl is already standing outside. And she walks up to me and she like, who you here for? I started looking around. I said, huh? She said, who you here for? I laughed in her face. And I said, you're not talking to me. And I walked off with my homegirl. From that moment, she's supposed to say, bitch, who is you here for? Because one thing about it, if I'm pressing anybody behind my nigga and my bitch and I get that kind of reaction, oh yeah, you the one, you here for my person. Come here, come on, give me my ones. It didn't happen. I really thought she was going to smack me, but she didn't smack me. I was ready. Because I like self-defense. You hit me. Self-defense. Because when I tell her. Okay, so. After that, me and my homegirls, we walk into our own little circle. Her and her friends come in our circle. They recording and stuff. I got the video on my phone because the video that they posted on the Instagram, they had used it for my phone. So at this point, when they posted it, people was already saying like she didn't look well, but me, I don't know how she's supposed to look. So I'm not seeing it. As far as I look in the video, she looks very drunk. But now that I look at it, okay, she wasn't good back then. So that night, her and the girl went up to the stairs. They went upstairs to her apartment, and me and my homegirls went out with her friends. Now we went out with her friends. Long story short, my homegirl get into it with her cousin. My homegirl get into it with the girl with the dreads friend. And now everybody's just fighting. We lose the cousin. We wake up the next day trying to find her. I had to get back in contact. I ended up contacting everybody. So when I contacted the friend, he was like, he don't know, but then tried to ease in. I should mess with him. And I'm like, I kissed your sister. I'm not going to mess with you. He like, but she's already in a relationship. I'll get you a BBL. Dude, when I got my boobs done, if I wanted my butt done, I would have got it done at the same time. I always told myself I don't want my butt done because I feel like I could get it naturally. All you got to do is eat, go to the gym, whatever the case might be. I've had a fat ass once upon a time before. So when he said that, I'm like, oh yeah, he's corny. Like, he's just trying to get me from her and stuff like that. So mind you, he had, okay, we gonna skip that part because that goes back into that night. So now I'm texting her because now I'm feeling weird. Like, hey, yo, homeboy, this not that. Like, I'm not a homie hopper. Like, even if we don't become something, I'm not gonna mess with your friend. Like, that's just weird. So now it's to the point like, okay, we're looking for the cousin. Can you contact all them other boys because we don't know their information and see where her cousin is? And so we get to talking back and forth. And it comes out that, like, you know, the friend ended up telling her how my homegirl did him and talked about his kid and, you know, all this kind of stuff. So now me and her, we want to link, but we're with the two people that's not getting along. She with the homeboy and I'm with the homegirl still.
Right.
And that's what she wanted. Like, all her other ex-girlfriends, same thing. I'm not the only ex-girlfriend who was doing something like this, but in a different way, her other ex-girlfriends was doing it in a meaningful way. Like, they was really about to expose her and talk about it. All her mama and her grandchildren broke. There's a lot. Why grandchildren broke? And the crazy part is her mama tell all this business to me and my family. Come to find out, I never knew her mama was broke. How you famous and you rich and all, but your people's is broke. Everybody going through what you're going through. Your people's. Your mama crying and me talking about she broke. She only get $250 a month. Huh?
Right. But I
And
think
I
people.
always wonder that why everybody around you broke. Why you don't hang out with industry people? Why you don't date people on your caliber? You don't
Right.
want somebody around you that's higher than you on the same level. You want everybody below. Everybody
Right.
comes around you somehow ends up broke, and then when they leave from you, they good.
Yeah, your sound is bad, but I think what people want to know
Maybe
is,
because I just moved into this house, so it's like it's echoing because it's not a lot in here.
or
Like,
maybe you need to come closer to the phone.
okay, can y'all hear me better now?
Yeah. Okay, I think what people want to know is, like, why would you post a video of her in the hospital? Like, you know, if you didn't, they think you did that for attention and like to get back at her to make her look bad. You know what I mean? Like,
Because it's
what did
like
she?
that's how I met her.
No,
That's
but
how,
like, what did she do to you for you to like post that? Is what people want to know.
I don't ever want nobody to think. Okay, so basically, she didn't do well. She did a lot to me. The bitch stopped all my motion. She wasn't basically the whole time I was dating her. I came with a lot. I came with my own shit, and deeper within time, like I said, I always thought like it was things that she was doing was out of heart, like out of love and stuff like that. But whole time it was a motive, just to say like you did this and you did that, like basically made me and her mom said the same thing. When I came with her, somehow all my shit got took, like got thrown out to where I had to start over, and she had to, rebuy all my things for me. So come to find out, her mom says she does that to basically rebuild a girl up, so that way she could say that she made you. So hearing a lot of the stories that her mom tells me dealing with the exes, I said, okay, so this is how she's trying to do me. So come to find out, when the movers came to clean out, okay, it's just weird how we have movers come and they're supposed to take the trash and the boxes or whatever. And mind you, everybody's stuff in the garage because we had just moved into the house. Somehow, everything I came into this relationship with, everything I had in my life was took. So, like I said, I didn't think of her evil. Then I'm just like, these movers stole my shit because they were supposed to come for trash and boxes. Why the trash and boxes still here, but all my stuff is gone? So come to find out, she was slowly like breaking me down to try to build me up, to try to say she made me and did all this. Just like I had a ponytail a few weeks ago. I'll say something. She the reason why I wear a ponytail. And it's like, okay, so this is
Okay,
what you do. You
no,
shit.
babe, I'm not trying to cut you off, but we want to know, like, what people want to know is why, like, what did
I
she
posted it
do?
so people could stop saying I was using her. How could I use somebody and they was in that state of manner? I actually was genuine when I was fucking with her.
No. We just want to know, like, for you to post that video of her, if you're with her for such a long time and you love her, like, what did she do to you for you to do that to her? That's what the people want to know.
That
Like,
bitch
what
ruined my
happened?
life and tried to leave me broke. That's what she did.
What she?
Ruined my life.
I'm sorry, babe. What'd you say?
That she ruined my life.
She ruined your life?
Yes.
What did she do?
Like stopped all my motion. Like I had a lot of stuff going on. I was making a lot of money, and somehow, like I get with her, and she's basically mad every time I'm getting bookings, taking car keys, like basically like controlling the situation to where I can't go make no money and shit like that. And it's like,
How old are you?
I'm 28.
Okay, keep going.
So yeah, basically, she was putting a hold on all my motion, like taking things, like starting stuff the same day to day of, like literally every time I was outside, I had to fight to go outside and shit like that. A lot of my bookings got canceled because we over here fighting the day of the booking. Here you go messing up my hair to where I can't even go do my booking. So it's just like in the beginning, she was giving me money to where I was able to sit down and stuff like that. But it's like because I feel like you're gonna leave. So at this point, it's like okay, like I said, I'm genuinely fucking with her. She stopped giving me money. Now I'm going to go make my own money. Now me making my own money is a problem, and you putting a stop to it and stuff like that. So that's what happened. Like that's really why I left her, because she won't let me make my own money. She don't want a bitch to look good. So that's why I did all that. Y'all could stop saying like I used somebody, because how am I using somebody and I was sitting there broke with the bitch?
Right. So she stopped giving you money because she didn't have money to give you. Basically.
No, she got money.
She got
No,
money.
she got money because she knew at that moment I was willing to leave.
But, okay. So that's why you posted her video today, because you're saying because of her you stopped making money.
Yeah.
But you're making money now.
Yeah.
So
But
then what?
in day two, that like I said, I posted that just to like clear the air. Like I was never using her. This second of all, like I said, I'm just tired. Like I'm back to myself, and like people really don't like people follow me based off the relationship. So a lot of people really don't know me and know my character. And I'm like a real funny, hilarious person. And I post stuff like just anything. Like I could be like out at the club right now and I see a sad little post that, like, you know, that's relatable and I might repost it. So it's like now that I'm like back to myself and I'm posting what I want. If I post something sad, it's, oh, you need to go heal. Oh no, it's no. If I post something sad, it's, oh, she cheated on you, she broke up with you, da da. If I post something happy, it's like, oh, you need to go heal. If I post something I don't give a fuck, it's like, oh, you're using her, and it's like, dude, like, I left the relationship. I was never using nobody. I just want people to leave me alone when it comes to the relationship and just let me post what I want to post and not
How
think
could they leave
anything I
you
post.
alone? No. How
Well,
could they?
now they're not gonna leave me alone. It
Right.
don't make no sense. But hey, life just be life.
Okay, so you're just doing whatever, like,
Yeah,
just for the fuck of it.
I guess.
Okay, do you feel bad about it, like in hindsight now?
No, I just feel bad that the way it was taken into context. But no, do I feel bad? No, I don't feel bad.
No. Okay.
Do that bitch feel bad what she did to me? No, so I don't feel bad either.
But why'd you stay with her for 3 years if she was so?
Cause I kept trying a relationship. Like I said, first off, this was Ben supposed to have and have left. But like I said, when I had left, that was like I had left like in January, and I just been going. I'm like, I'm not gonna come back into my city. And then I left in February again too. Okay, so I kept going back because you believe when somebody say, oh, they'll change, they'll stop doing this, they'll stop doing that, da da da. So of course I believe in chances. I done gave niggas hell a chance that didn't deserve it. So I'm like, okay, I could give her a chance, shit like that. Then when Valentine's came, what really made me go back this time and just I didn't care about leaving was because when I left in February, Valentine's Day had came, and of course I wasn't gonna go spend Valentine's with her because I'm like, I'm done with her. Why would I go back to Valentine's Day for the gifts and stuff? So I'm just like, no, I'm just gonna stay gone until my spot is. But then I'm just like, who Valentine's should I make? Because I was already gonna spend money on Valentine's. So who Valentine's should I make? I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna send my mom some flowers to the house. So I ended up blocking her, and all I did was tell her, like, because she get the flowers from the front door, so I would do it like, because my mom wasn't home. And she got him, and she ended up calling me like crying, saying like she's back falling back down that stage, she's back drinking, back not eating, back sleeping. So I went back this time just off of her health because I'm just like, I don't want nobody to be sick.
What's wrong with her health?
Soon as her drinking, like she got liver problems or whatever. Like, so when she drinks, like if she drinks, it's over with. Like she's gonna fall back into that stage. So my whole thing was, I don't want nobody to ever be sick behind me. So I went back to basically heal her up. I healed her up within like a week, 2 days. And then that was that. Relationship perfect, stuff like that. And I kept telling myself, I'm going to try to get my feelings back involved because all reality, I had already detached from it.
Right.
So I'm like, while I'm sitting here healing her up, I'm going to try to get my feelings back involved, shit like that.
Right.
Relationship.
I think people just really wanted to know why you posted that because that's like I said, I don't want to keep repeating myself, but it's like that's kind of a serious thing to like do to somebody that you've been with for 3 years. It's kind of fucked up, like, and mean,
Yeah. So basically, I posted just to show like that's how I met the girl. I was never using the girl, and that was that. I really took care of that girl, and just to end up like
you posted it to show that you took care of her in that state.
That's how I met her in that state. So how am I ever using somebody?
No, but that's kind of embarrassing, like that to post something like that. That's all. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah,
kind of fucked up.
No, that's true.
But
that was the reason behind the posting. It wasn't to be evil. If I wanted to be evil, like I would have put a lot into that caption. I really would have made that caption like.
No, because you said some fucked up shit. You said you cleaned her shit.
I did. And I don't want nobody to ever forget that. Like I don't want her. I cleaned her good shit. I did.
Because you loved her.
Yeah, because I loved her.
You said you met her and she was in a fucked up state like that, but you knew she was a rapper. So do you think you did that because she was famous?
No, hell no. So all reality, originally when I first met her, like I said, that happened within a month or whatever. And I kept trying to leave because, like I said, I had a life. I was doing a lot, and I'm just like, I got a lot of bookings. I got people trying to fly out, shit like that. So I kept trying to leave. But then when she finally got to that state to where she couldn't walk to the bathroom herself or like get up and stuff, the only thing that came to my mind was, what if I leave and then I get on Instagram and I see like rest in peace? So my conscience, and then like I said, I didn't know nobody to call. I didn't know her people, shit like that. everybody had left from around her. Nobody was calling to check on her. Nobody was doing anything. So I'm just like, do she have anybody? Like, but now come to find out she was pushing them all away. But around that time, like I said, I didn't know. So I'm just like, she don't have nobody come to see her, check up on her, stuff like
But
that.
that was 3 years ago. That was 3 years ago, though.
Yeah, huh?
That was 3 years ago, though. You're saying when you met her.
Yeah. So yeah, I stayed around from that point. I healed her up. It was like 6 months, and of course, within like me being around her every day, all day, taking care of her, I started growing love for her, and that's how I fell in love with her. Then she got good, and then it happened to her again. I still stayed again. I told her that second time, I said, look, I have a child, and I want my kids seeing this. So if you don't get good, then I'm really gonna have to leave. And that's when she got all the way good. And then just recently, February, that's when it came back, but it didn't last as long as the other time.
Okay. So nothing happened, basically. This is just you just kind of being like.
No, just me telling my story. So yeah, just me telling the whole little breakup story.
Okay. No, because we thought something happened. Like, you know what I mean?
Like what happened as in what?
No, like something happened for you to post that.
You know no, I just broke up with her because she didn't want to see me make money and stuff like that. And that was that. And I'm just tired of people thinking like she left me or because she ain't never been broken up with. And it's like, no, I don't let people leave me. I leave people. So that was the thing. I'm tired of people taking it in a whole different way and that.
Okay.
Like they said, I was using her. She cheated on me. I wasn't genuine. So I'm like, okay, let me just go ahead and show y'all how genuine I was. And nobody has cheated on me and stuff like that.
Okay. All right. Well, that's really all. I don't know. That's all I really wanted to know is why you posted. I think it's kind of fucked up to post something like that. Like, you know, I don't know. But I mean, I guess I thought something happened, that there was like some kind of like crazy thing that happened. But I guess it's just like regular girlfriend.
No, it's just a breakup for me breaking the silence, telling my story. That's all.
Right. So basically, your story is you got with her, you helped her, she made you stop making money.
The story is deep. That's why I found my TikTok. It's like it's a lot. It's a lot of characters in it. The story is deep. It's besides this little stuff I'm talking about. Like the story is deep that led up to all of this.
Right, but so it's just stuff that people go through, like relationship stuff that people go through. It's nothing crazy that happened. It's just regular shit that people go through. Right? Yeah. Okay. All right, cool. That's really all I wanted to know. I mean, to be honest with you, like the rest of the stuff is just whatever. I mean, I wish you guys all the best, and I appreciate you coming on this live and telling me the reason why you posted that picture. And yeah, that's it. That's good. Thank you so much. You look great.
Thank you.